Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about Aries. As we move towards the new year, my friends, I hope everything's well. But yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Well, let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries in early December, please. Guides and spirit team, what's going on with the Rams? What do you got for us? All right, the cards are being a little specific this week. Usually with Aries energy, the card pops out like almost immediately. All right, that's how we roll, us Aries, right? All right, this card is very, very complex, my friends, especially for a card starting us off here. Normally, like I was saying with Aries, what you see is what you get. But this one has a lot of layers to it, and we'll dig into it deeper. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So with the imagery here, we see this lady. She has like the long flowing red hair. There's a chessboard, there's butterflies, there's a cat, there's like everything under the sun in this card, and it is very complex to me. Now, if I were to break this down to something very simplistic, strategy plays a big role in this. Like we see the butterfly escaping the cage, we see the chessboard, and we have the queen there. So for a lot of you, this could be something strategic, and that's a perfect tie-in with the Aries reading last week. There was a lot of strategy. So whether you need to plan something out, a 1-year plan, a 5-year plan, maybe someone's making plans towards you. That's a big thing with this card. But as I was saying, there's so much happening here for a lot of Aries. There could be a lot of energies coming at you. Maybe you're dealing with situations where there's a lot going on underneath the surface. On the surface, it might look very simple, but there's just so much happening. So just beware, there could be a lot of energy coming at you from different people, things, situations. Make sure you're keeping yourself grounded when this card starts us off. Obviously, it's not a bad energy. It's not giving me a big warning. It just feels like a lot. So let's put that over there. We're going to get into tarot now. And as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you going. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive, juicy stuff here. So let's go, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Aries early December? And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. As I was already alluding to, last week's reading was titled They Are Planning. And there was a lot of strategy in last week's reading, whether it's you making plans, other people making plans. That energy could still bleed over into this week. So keep that in mind. But we're going to see what we have this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. So let's get it going, my gods. What do we have for the Aries, please? What do you have for us? Yeah, the cards are now like jumping out. 2 of Cups, position number 1, interpersonal relationships, huh? First and foremost. So let's just get that right there. Let's get a couple more going. Okay. That could either be telling us about someone that you were very closely connected to. Oh, wow. All right, lovers. So we have the 2 Cups and lovers, and these cards are very similar when you look at it, but one is like the more evolved version. So interested to see how this plays out. Let's get one more. Very similar cards, very similar. So it seems already, before we're fully getting into it, that personal relationships is of high importance for a lot of the Aries collective here. 6 of Wands on the back end, good. So if I were to just look at the overall energy here, it is nice. It's angelic. It's a soft, good, loving energy. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, elementally, we have a little bit of everything, right? We have some fire. We have some air. We have some water. So whether that's different areas of your life, different things, we did see a lot of energy in the Oracle card in the beginning. So it makes sense. But with the 2 of Cups and the lovers, as I was already saying, very similar, but one is much more evolved. So whether it's separate personal relationships and connections or personal connections as a whole, it's very much highlighted here this week. But let's go through one by one and really start to break them down. Position number 1, we have the 2 of Cups. right? Even though there's similarities, there's also differences. Now, when I see the Two of Cups, obviously you see those two people there, they're sharing those beverages, they're sharing those cups. As with all twos in tarot, it could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. Do I go left? Do I go right? They all deal in partnerships as well when we're speaking about twos, but this one in particular, soul connections, soul ties, people that are meant to be in our life for certain reasons. So generally, I love the Two of Cups. It's easy flowing, it's good teamwork, harmonious, it's a beautiful type of energy. Now, as with all cards, there's positive, there's negative, there's some challenges. Two of Cups could be people that are not super harmonious right now. If we were to flip it in the reverse, people not seeing eye to eye, miscommunications, things like that. So we'll see how it all plays out when we clarify it. And in my simplistic style, it could just be showing us an energy of someone that you care deeply about. That could absolutely be the case here, because moving further, we have the Lovers right here in the center. So a lot of similarities with the Two of Cups. Now, astrologically, this does connect to the sign of Gemini. So you might be connected to Gemini, maybe, maybe not. Now, if you're not, all the things that I was saying about this do apply to the Lovers, same as the Two of Cups, except it's a little more amplified with the Lovers. Soul ties, soul bonds, doesn't always have to be romantic with the Lovers. It could be just someone that you care very deeply about, someone that you have a really strong bond with. So we like this, but I'm already getting little feelings here because we start with the Two of Cups and something becomes more, or something evolves or becomes deepened. So you might be going through certain experiences or situations with people and your relationships are evolving. I'm already picking that up here. So if you're not going through anything in interpersonal relationships, the Lovers is beautiful, angelic, silky smooth, easy flowing type of energy. You see we have the Archangel Raphael in there. That's the Archangel of healing. So you could be healing personal connections and relationships in this time, or that could be happening. We'll see when we clarify it, because I don't want to get too overexcited here, because I've seen too many readings where the top looks positive and then it takes like a full-on left turn when we clarify. But getting to the back end, we have a card of complete and total victory. We got the Six of Wands chilling right here, my friends. Love this card. Now, the positives of the Six of Wands, it's public notoriety. It's gaining attention and the kudos that you deserve, right? Like, job well done. You did what you had to do. And it's just victorious. If I were to put a blanket term, Six of Wands is victory, wins, all that good stuff. However, there's a challenge here as well, as with all cards. When we see the Six of Wands, it could be a little bit of an arrogant type of energy as well. It could be someone that feels like, hey, I could do no wrong. I can't lose, I won't lose. Like, it can be a little egotistical if we look at the sharper side of it. And it is fire energy as well, which means it can be a little sporadic. It could be an energy that is unpredictable at times. But I like the Six of Wands, and I don't want to make a positive energy a negative one here. And the way I'm seeing things evolve, it feels good to me so far, because we start with the Two, then we evolve into the Lovers. Attached with the victory here, we could be looking at some really nice stuff, Aries. So I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and see what's happening for the Aries collective. My guides, talk to me. What's going on with my friends? And yes, this is where I like to go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Cups here. Maybe we'll take a peek at someone that you're not chatting with. That's a possibility. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aries, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Two of Cups time. Enough of the setup. What's happening? Why is that Two of Cups here? Thank you. Ace of Swords. Okay. Big card of communication, mental clarity for a lot of Aries in this time. You could really be looking at who and what you're attached to in this time. And that's a big theme throughout a lot of the zodiac in recent days and weeks now. I love the Ace of Swords. I love all aces. They're all opportunities. They could sometimes even represent offers here, which is something I've been seeing in the zodiac as well. So under a card like the Two of Cups, we'll see how it all plays out. But you might receive a big offer of some kind from someone very close to you, right? I've been seeing that quite a lot. Now, it will be up to you if you take that offer or you don't. Ace of Swords is straightforward, no nonsense, no BS type of energy. So if we are talking about a talk or a message, It could be a very stern, serious one that needs to be had or will be had in this time. So I can make that prediction as well. Picking up a couple of things here, Aries. One, I mean, it could be one or the other. It could be both. For a lot of you, you may receive a big offer of some kind from somebody. Might not be as soft around the edges as you like, though, or it could just be a serious talk that you need to have with someone that you're connected to. And I know I already mentioned maybe you're having some issues with people you might not be chatting with. That could really switch up and change in this time. And with the Ace of Swords, it's a card of clarity as well. So there's like a lot of personal reflection happening here, Aries. I do like this energy. I like this card, but I want to see how it matures because remember, this is our starting off point. So I'm saying we're starting okay. Let's keep moving over to the Lovers. I don't want to like pile on too many more messages. I feel like it's one or the other there. So let's see why the Lovers are in the mix for Aries, please. And once again, if you're not connected to Gemini, you're not having any issues in personal relationships, this is a very healing energy in the center. Okay, and we could all heal from different things, right? Mentally, emotionally, physically. Let's see why that Lovers is there. Why is the Lovers in the mix? Thank you. Wow. Multiple. All right, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright here, so double aces. And that's one of the reasons I absolutely love and adore tarot and divination in general, because these energies have been mirroring each other since the very beginning. So we have the Two of Cups with the Ace of Swords. Now we have the Lovers with the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of the similar things that I've been seeing, especially right here on the front end, are evolving and picking up steam. Ace of Pentacles is my card of golden opportunities. A lot of the things I said about the Ace of Swords applies to this as well. But the Ace of Pentacles to me could be a good influx in money, stability. Okay, so if we're looking at things proceeding or getting better or evolving, it could be moving towards stability. A lot of you Aries could have multiple offers on the table. Communication, aces could also be messages. So I'm getting it coming in from various different ways and areas. If you've been in a lull or a quiet time, that could be changing in a very big way. And remember, I said in the very beginning, we have all this energy, all this complex energy moving towards Aries, and we're seeing it here as we move towards the Lovers with the Ace of Pentacles. I would say for a lot of you, there could be multiple offers coming in or multiple conversations happening, and it doesn't feel bad to me. All right, it feels good. All these cards are positive on their face. It would be different if we were picking up Towers or Ten of Swords. So even if you're going through a difficult time or a rough time, this tells us there's a lot of renewal in the air. There's a lot of new chapters that could be starting for Aries here. So we like it. Okay, we're going to claim that energy. Let's keep moving over to that Six of Wands. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. So let's see why the Six of Wands is here. Beautiful. So whether it's multiple offers or multiple conversations or one really solidifying, all right, that could really be it here. So let's see what's happening with that Six of Wands. Guys, talk to me. Thank you. Tower in reverse. Don't get too cocky in this time, Aries. Intuitively, that's what this is telling me. Generally, when we get a tower, it's a shock of some sort. When we see a tower in reverse, it could represent a tower that's already happened or one from the past. For some of you, you might know what's coming as well. Like that's another intuitive vibe I'm getting. So the main messages I'm picking up here on the back end is obviously we're still seeing wins and victories with that Six of Wands. But with the tower in reverse, don't be too cocky, right? Because this reverse tower could always turn in the upright, okay? It's good to be confident, but just keep expectations level in this time with a lot of different things, whether it's work, personal relationships, like we're seeing here. Don't be too cocky. Don't try your best not to come off too arrogant, but I'm still seeing victories and wins here, and I really do like it. Now, for a lot of you, whatever you're going through, you might be getting little flashes or feelings like possibly knowing what's coming down the pipeline. Oh, well, you know what? They're going to react like this, or you know what? No, they'll reach out, or whatever it might be. You might be getting little flashes of that because the tower, once again, could be shock or things that just pop in suddenly. So I'd feel for a lot of you, you're not going to be surprised with a big win or victory here. And the way the energy is flowing is really good. It's luscious. I'm loving it. I claim it myself. So let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Aries, because it's feeling good before we get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have our start off point. We have the Two of Cups with the Ace of Swords chilling right there in the upright. So once again, with the double aces under the partnerships, these are things that could be highlighted in a very big way in this time. Okay, whether you're analyzing them, looking at things truthfully, that's a big thing throughout the zodiac this week and in recent weeks as well. But I feel for a lot of you, someone could be coming in making an offer of some sort of big one. And we could have multiple with how this is all lined up. With the Ace of Swords, it could be a very no-nonsense, serious talk. Like, this is what it is and that's what it is. Like, no games, no nonsense. So we are seeing that. I don't quite get the vibe that you're cutting people out. Like, that could be read that way as well, but I'm not picking up that vibe. Moving to the center, we have the Lovers with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, so a more matured version of what we have here. So whether this is an offer solidifying or being accepted, or a talk being very fruitful, that's a big possibility here. It could be multiple things, like I've been saying over and over. So a lot of energies moving towards Aries in this time, and I like it. Moving to the back end, we have the victorious Six of Wands with the Tower in reverse. I did say there's a little warning about being too cocky or too arrogant. Like, if these energies or people do come in, try to keep it even keeled. For a lot of you, you might know a result is coming. So whether it is a big win or victory in regards to all the stuff we've been discussing, like, you might already know how this is going to turn out and how it's going to play out. Like, you won't be surprised here. So I do like this energy, but you always need to beware and walk a little lightly whenever there's a tower in the mix. So please take a screenshot. Let's get into the shadow card real quick. So I would say this is a good reading this week. It's not as strategic as last week, but it feels good. Okay, especially if you've been having problems recently. So let's see what's happening in the shadows for Aries. And yes, my friends, we're just going to see what's up, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. It could be something nice. So let's see what you don't see. What's in the shadows for Aries? Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. There's multiple tiers to choose from. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. Obviously, no pressure. But let's get you a shadow card here and close this up nice. What's happening in the shadows for Aries? Come on, come on. Now the deck is trying to not talk to me here, just like the beginning. It's being very picky and choosy. Okay. Nine of Wands, huh? Wounded warrior. Some of you might be feeling a little hurt, a little protective. This could be someone feeling very territorial, specifically as a shadow card. Now, when I see the shadow side of the Nine of Wands, it's kind of the opposite of the energy we were picking up in the reading itself, where I was seeing these possible offers, communication. The Nine of Wands blocks that. Okay, so whether you are having these communication issues in this time, that's a big possibility with the Nine of Wands, or you could be very skeptical about a person or a situation. That's a big thing with this card. I often see this as a shadow card when somebody is emotionally unavailable in some way as well. So whether you're trying to protect yourself, guard your own emotions, maybe you're dealing with an individual that's a little emotionally unavailable and they don't like to really let it out or connect in that way. That's a possibility here. If this is a challenge, I would say it's always good to protect yourself and be weary, but you have to know when to let somebody in, Aries. That's interesting stuff, especially with the themes we were seeing in this week's reading. So yeah, my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for December, I'll be giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's one of my favorite new decks out there, and it's really enjoyable to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you think tarot is best used for? Is it for looking at love situations, the past, the future, energy checks? Whatever it is, you drop your answer down in the comments below. And as always, the winners will be announced at random at the end of December. My friends, as always, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.